What's good, Savvy Crew? And I'm coming back with another video. And this one is understanding conspiracies, or understanding conspiracy, right? So if you don't know about him, y'all might want to go check out his channel because he does an excellent job breaking this stuff down. We're gonna get into the music industry devil trap. If you don't know, the music industry is a trap. If you're still trying to get in it, do not do it. First off, when they say you sell your soul, I mean, I don't think you literally sell your soul away from all the research I've been doing, but it's like you literally just like doing things that you would have never done for money. You do immoral things for money that you would have never done. You turn to an immoral person, a person with no morals, right? That's what selling your soul out for the money means. And yeah, he just gonna break this down, and I'm gonna add my little 2 cents into it every now and then. So let's just get to it. And I want y'all to know, I was trying to be a rapper at one point. At one point in time, I've been rapping for shit years now, literally, like more than at least I've been rapping for at least like 15 or so years. Literally, I've been rapping for 15 or so years. Yeah, I at one point I wanted to get in, but yeah, I'm gonna show you why right now I don't give a fuck about the rap game no more. You see how Hollywood is starting to look. If you haven't, yeah, Hollywood is starting to look crazy. But I might do a video on that today.
To get together.
Let's get back to the point. Let's get back on track. So I was thinking a lot about the music industry recently. On Wednesday, I was supposed to do an interview for the other channel with a musician, Scott Helmer. I have his one sheet from his agent here, which is full of info.
And that one video I was trying to talk about, matter of fact, in one of my last videos, I was trying to say Little Tony. I forgot who it was, but Little Tony. He said he supposedly they brought him up to a mountain to sell this up. Now I'm gonna tell y'all when he gets to that part, I'm gonna break that down.
Points he wants to go on about starting his own conspiracy podcast, issues with the music industry and Spotify, all sorts of things like that. And I had to cancel on him because like I cancelled the podcast, which you're listening to now, which should have been on Wednesday. I had to cancel my interview with him first. And I was really gutted about it. I talked to him, I apologized. I said, there's nothing I can do. It's family, you know, it is what it is. I didn't apologize for it, but I was like, it is what it is, man. We're going to have to reschedule. So I'm doing it again on my next Wednesday with him. But I was thinking about the music industry, and I was thinking about Hunter Tyler as well in the, you know, the acting industry and kind of the horror show it is for a female working in that industry as well. The stuff they make them do, you know. And I was reminded about the golden age of conspiracy, like when I first got into it in like 2010, 2011, you know, it was like just kind of in its infancy on YouTube, and the videos coming out were wild and just insane, you know, and the quality was still like grainy 480p as well.
I wish I could have caught that era of conspiracy theories. I caught it, but I didn't catch it. I started looking at conspiracy theories in around like 2014-ish, 2015 is when I started looking at the conspiracy. So I barely missed it. But with the ones I caught then, bro, it's conspiracy theories. The YouTube channels that was doing them back then was way better than a lot of channels now. And you can still catch some of them channels. But I don't know, for some reason around that time, conspiracies, like, that would break it. Like, yeah, why? He gonna explain it.
I remembered there was a series I watched, a film I watched on there called They Sold Their Souls for Rock and Roll. I think it's by the Good Fight Ministries. And it's very dated now, this documentary. It was like 9 years old, and it looks dated when you watch it. It really does. But the information is just so solid. And I feel like it's been memory holed in the truther community, this idea that there is a vast swath of like musicians out there all throughout like the history of music as we know it. Even from classical to modern, especially in the decades period from like the 20s to like now. There's definitely been like lots of big famous artists who all openly admitted I've got demons in me, or I made a deal with the devil, I signed a contract in blood, and that's how I am famous. And it's like they tell people and everyone's like, nah man, you tripping, you know, and they just ignore them like, oh, you're
just don't want to believe them for some reason. Just like today, there's some people who don't want to believe it, but more people are starting to believe it more because they putting out more of the demonic imagery. Back then, they didn't really do too much of the demonic imagery, even in the rock and roll and all that. It started off in rock and roll, the devil shit, and then and the cultism shit, and transferred over to hip hop. And he gonna explain that too.
Telling a joke, stop being sarcastic, you know, like, and it's kind of, and they're just sat there like, no one believes me. Like, why does no one believe me? Why does everyone just laugh every time I tell them the truth? It's kind of like this, they're trapped in their own psyche because of it. There's nothing they can do. They're in this hell. They're stuck in this perpetual hell of being demonized and like forced to make songs that they just don't want to make, and it's kind of, they can't leave because they get killed. And like they try and tell their best friend next to them, like, man, I've got like this demon's inside of me speaking to me and I'm going insane. And they're like, yeah man, you're just a good musician, they're just being crazy, like, you know, that's just who you are. And it's like, no one listens to me. Like, no one's listening. Like, just losing their minds to the point where they just give into it. And it's watching this documentary and it's like all these quotes that come up there.
And I knew they gave songs for them to rap, which is what the ghost or sing, whatever genre they is, which is the ghost writers. When people say they have ghost writers, that's they giving them the songs to sing that's pushing their agenda, and he gonna explain that too.
Are just incredible, and I think I just want to share some with you while we're here, just as like a reminder, you know, and just like it's nostalgia for me. This is like old stuff, you know. This is old school conspiracy stuff. I just don't want people to forget. I really don't want them to forget. Like, this is a real phenomenon in the music industry.
It really is, because when you get into conspiracy theories, most of the time it starts with it used to start with flat Earth. Now people is kind of jumping into it everywhere because they start wherever you just see the corruption at. Like now, it's some people starting to wake a little more up because of politics and the politicians, and they see how corrupt they become, and then they start doing research, and then that Charlie Kirk situation, people waking up from that. I don't even remember where I was going, but yeah, I don't even remember where I was going, my nigga.
I'm gonna play first a clip by stuff. You know, this is old school conspiracy stuff. I just don't want people to forget. I really don't want them to forget. Like, this is a real phenomenon in the music industry, and I'm gonna play first a clip by.
I think. Oh yeah. I forgot. I ain't gonna try to remember.
Another one who kind of reminded me about this, and this is from Candid Truth. And they are a regular in this chat. Actually, they pop in every now and then. I'm subscribed to them, and they did make this little short.
And shout out to Candid Truth too, because I went after this. I haven't never heard of him. I don't believe I've never heard of him until I went and searched him from his channel last night. And yeah, he got some good videos too. So shout out Candid Truth. Shout out to him.
That I want to share with you. That kind of goes through this a recent up and coming rapper who kind of had this moment that he's just sharing, like candidly just sharing, that we would think is not real, you know, but he's like, no, this is real, man. Like this stuff is crazy. So here it is. This is it. I'll just.
Here's the secret to getting better ChatGPT results. Ventrilo is a Chrome extension that helps you write smarter prompts.
Get it lined up here. So again, go check out Candid Truth Official and listen. But this is his take on the clip. And I'm sure he won't mind me sharing and just give him a shout out anyway, and go support the guy. But here it is.
Y'all listen to this.
I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. They have OD cars, 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? How y'all do this? Like, they like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. So what type of demonic ritual? They say, the Illuminati never talk to you. Oh, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. He give me a list of people who all did it. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. Either you let them peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. I'm like, hell no, you playing. This when they get to laughing, they like, oh, we need to take him to the booty club. Stop playing with me, bro. You're like, bro, I can make it happen. Next I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. I don't got no service. The people who booked me, they take off. They was like, man, your flight can take off anyway. Let us just get you a hotel. So I'm telling them, take me down to the bottom of the mountain. The way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. He said, we not gonna take you get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. This face change, gang. In front of me, you see Venom? OD like long, like the veins, OD long got his face. It was probably about this wide. Face change. I'm like, bro. You'll see somebody morph into something. It threw me all the way off. So I'm confused now. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to get out of the car. I would have been got out of the car. So mailman come out of nowhere. Bro, just let me get in the back of your truck, bro. Please, just take me down. Take me down to the bottom. Please, just take me down to the bottom. It was God. He took me down to the bottom. As soon as I got up to the top of that mountain, it was something off.
Something wrong.
Yeah. For me to actually see that in my face, that's what like made me know that the devil and God was real.
Look, how many Hollywood insiders have to come out and say, look, I sold my soul to the devil like Kanye West, or lap dance on the devil like Lil Nas X, for us to take this seriously and not say, oh, it's just a metaphor, it's just for shock value. People are coming out like Project Pat. He says, look, I was doing the devil's work. Former 3-6 Mafia member Coops Danica said, I made black people comfortable with 666, and we Christians just want to keep making excuses to keep indulging in this demonic music like a dog returning to its vomit. And this is not some conspiracy theory. Go back to when Jesus was in the wilderness and Satan said, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world, just bow down to me. You think he stopped right there with Jesus? No, he's still offering that offer today. And there are so many people that would be willing to take a deal like that to live.
I almost took the deal.
Gods on earth. But the Bible says, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his very soul? There's nothing more valuable than eternal life in the perfect kingdom with Jesus, and I believe he's coming soon. It's time for us Christians to wake up and stop making excuses to play around.
So, okay. You see how Lil Tony just explained that story about they taking him up to the mountaintop? Now, if he did turn that down, props and congrats to him. But the devil, just like he took Jesus up to the mountain and said, I will give you everything, just worship me, bow down to me, right? So that's what I'm getting from that Lil Tony story. So I feel like, because if he did really switch, because they sent and controlled opposition down, so you can't trust nobody who say like they against them, because 9 times out of 10 behind closed doors, they not really against them. They just controlled opposition, and they sent them out there to say these things. So I feel like he got told to say that story like Jesus when they took him up to the mountain, or when the devil took him up to that mountain. That's what I was getting from that story. They told him to tell the story. They gave him that story to tell like that. But like I said, if he really did turn that down, props to you, my brother. Props to you. But I feel like they gave him that story, and now supposedly I think he's doing Christian music or something. They trying to make him like seem. They trying to make pretty. I feel like they trying to make him seem like Jesus or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like they gave him that story to tell, because yeah. But if it is true though, shout out, because there was a video where he was up in the mountains though, and he was with some Asian dudes with some cars and shit. But who knows how true it is? Who knows how true it is?
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Candy Truth, go check him out. And I appreciate him throwing that clip out. And he was mentioning artists there I know absolutely nothing about. I am not plugged into the modern music industry world whatsoever. I could not give two shits about the people in the industry today and the music that comes out of the mainstream, especially the rap world. I just do not give a... I just don't care. I do not care. And I'm not going to go out there to even look or listen at all. Not interested. So I need people like him out there to show me what's going on, basically, and who's saying what. I don't have my finger on the pulse of that kind of stuff, that kind of nonsense, because it is just distracting nonsense. But
I don't care no more either. I don't even follow up on who's the next rapper or the next big songs. I don't give a fuck about no more, none of that. Me and my homeboy Slime, shout out to my boy Slime, shout out to Free. My boy Free Prom, you feel me? Man, we was the first ones always, most of the time, 9 times out of 10 on the music. If it was, we'd be literally just, we would be going to find new music. So when we link up the next day, we can show each other these new songs and put each other on these new songs, my nigga. We would be finding rappers that would come out underground before they would even be famous, and we already been listening to them and putting people on, and then next thing you know, he turned famous, and we've been on that nigga. We was real music heads, my nigga. We was deep in this shit, bro. Nigga, we would always talk about, man, I can't wait till we hit that stage, bro. I can't wait till we get a deal, bro. I can't wait till this and that. I can't wait till we get that money, bro. Cause I wasn't really getting it for the fame. I was more so in it for the money. You feel me? For this shit, the ice. But my nigga, this shit fake. And the rappers ain't gonna tell you that. They shit fake too. They shit fake too, my nigga. They ain't gonna tell you that. That money that they got ain't even really their money, my nigga. That shit is loaned to them. They sign a deal for $1 million, and then if they don't recoup that, they give them that $1 million, and then after that, any money they make on their songs, on touring, whatever, it goes back to the deal until they pay that loan off. Until they pay that, they gotta recoup that loan. If they don't, that's when they get to talking. That's when they get to talking about their art. They come out and talking about this, and that, and this, and that, and trying to pull out the label, trying to talk about the label and shit. Because they didn't recoup their money. They didn't. Pretty much everything they own is the labels, because they bought it with that label money. The cars, the jewelry, the clothes, all that shit. They can get that shit took if they don't recoup that money. They sign a death clause, because if they don't recoup that money, they might knock your ass off, my nigga. But R. Kelly, he innocent. They trying to get him on them shits, because everybody in the industry done had sex with some damn younger, they all some damn pedophiles, my nigga. They all had sex with younger people, 15 and shit and younger, my nigga. So Jay-Z, Aaliyah with R. Kelly, Jay-Z with Foxy Brown. My nigga, they all did it, bro. Even back then, it's not no new thing, my nigga. They all do it. Everybody in the industry, for the most part, they do it or have done it, my nigga. And they can't stop. He gonna explain all this shit. He finna explain it. But I don't think he didn't explain the money part. Yeah, that money is not theirs. That's why they walk around with big stacks of money trying to flaunt it, show it off all the time, because they ain't got shit else to do, my nigga. It's not even their money. It's not even theirs, my nigga. Like, they trying to push that agenda up on you to get you to be like, because of that's the main reason I wanted to be a rapper. They was flaunting and pushing all that money out. They had females and all that other shit, my nigga. Who wouldn't want that? But that's what they pushing you, that fake ass dream. You're not gonna get it. 9 times out of 10, they already is in cahoots. They've been in cahoots with that person. They already knew they was gonna be famous since a kid. That's why all of them say, man, I knew I was gonna be famous. I just had to wait my turn. I knew it was gonna come. Then they tell you that you just gotta stay down. You just gotta keep going. Think of American Idol. And even American Idol was fake. And that shit was scripted. But think of American Idol, my nigga. All them people that came on American Idol, and then ain't do shit into the industry, ain't even go big into the industry. They all somewhere we don't even know about. Every single one of them, for the most part. It's rare that a few of them actually made it into the industry for real. But even American Idol was scripted. Even that shit was, bro. But my nigga, yeah, he finna break this shit down, bro. That money is not theirs. That jury they got is fake. How many times y'all done seen back in 2015 to 14, that era, 2020, around that era when rappers was getting their chains took and shit. People going to get it back, and then they was talking about that chain was fake, or the person who snatched it was saying the chain was fake. There's so many people coming out on these rappers saying that everything about them is fake, from the jury to the clothes to their act, their persona. My nigga, they ain't even for real gangster. If you go look at the people who talk about they the most gangster, 9 times out of 10, that wasn't. Tupac Shakur, nigga, that nigga was a faggot, my nigga. If you go look at industry hoes, shout out to industry hoes, my nigga. If you go look at that shit, my nigga, when he was younger, before he even became like, he was an actor, I guess, doing his acting shit. My nigga, go, bro. Yeah, bro. That shit is all scripted. If you still falling for that, hey, I don't know what to tell you at this point. But it's so much evidence that's on these rappers that it's ridiculous, bro. That it ain't even. I don't even give a fuck about that shit. I don't follow it. I don't care about none of that no more. It's no point. It's fake. They fake. They acting. They not even for real like that. And then you say, well, why are they going to jail? Why they doing all this? My nigga, that's a ploy. It's to get you to make you think that they for real some street niggas, my nigga. 9 times out of 10, they probably ain't even in jail the whole time. Some of them be they in special sides of the prison, supposedly. So if they is in jail, they probably ain't even living like the other people in jail. So yeah, my nigga, that shit is cap, bro. That shit is cap. That shit is cap.
I think that little testimony about that rapper there was quite.
And then they'll send some person out there talking about, yeah, I was locked up with old boy, and yeah, he legit. They'll send somebody out there, my nigga, like, no, yeah, that shit is all deployed. It's all deployed. Damn, yeah, bro.
Is kind of like, he's only young. I think he's like 22 or something. So young and impressionable, taken to the top of a high mountain and basically offered the whole world, just like Jesus was by Satan himself. You know, see all these kingdoms? They can all be yours if you just bow down to me, you know? He was like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that. And it's like he's got to do some gay.
Now you see what I'm saying? I feel like they gave him that story to tell like that, so we could probably worship him like, or his fans can for real worship him like Jesus is, I don't even know, but if he for real did turn that or didn't, you know what I'm saying, props, shout out to you. And hey, that's some real shit. But right now we don't know. I'm not doubting your credit, bro, but hey, we don't know, because everybody is, for the most part, a lot of people is controlled opposition, bro. A lot of people is controlled opposition, and you don't know who. You don't know who. Even what is that one dude name? I forgot his name, but he be exposing the industry and shit like that. Dang, I forgot his name, but even he seen. Y'all might know who I'm talking about. Maybe I can't even explain him because I don't watch him.
To get to the top, basically, and those are the stories we've heard, right? We heard about the Diddy parties, you know, and the debauchery they're doing with boiled eggs. You know? And you got pictures of him like with Russell Brand holding an egg. You know, it's like, what an absolute debaucherous. Just what.
And in that last video about Castanet, when I was talking about, it's no way you won't know you had in the house to Diddy. He bought a house to Diddy, and supposedly he did, or bought a house that was right beside Diddy's house, and he didn't know that it was Diddy's house. My nigga, you don't know who's in your neighborhood if it's famous people. The realtor is probably gonna tell you, my nigga, and not even that. Even they gonna tell you probably who's most likely living next to you. Like, my nigga, if you expect that, my nigga, he knew. And then he got on stream acting like he didn't know. Acting like he didn't know that. My nigga, like, what, bro? You that shit all
full society we live in, and what terrible things are going on. You know, absolute just decadence, isn't it? Ridiculous on so many levels. But that's just what it is. That's just what's going on, you know. And I think again, it harkened back to, we've come a long way from they sold their souls for rock and roll, man. Back in the day, they were just literally saying to the devil, like, I'll do what you want as long as I get to be rich and famous. Now they've got to do some gay stuff as well to get there, it seems. It's just thrown in with a package deal now. It seems like the more old school sellouts didn't have to do that kind of stuff. And
when they were talking about they stand, was that one that famous blues player? He was that black dude. He was the first one. He couldn't play the guitar, and then supposedly he left for a while, and then came back, and he was the best guitar player ever. I forgot his name, but and they say he sold his soul at the crossroads. When they say that, they don't literally mean they're going to the damn crossroads or crossing the roads or something and selling or getting down on their knees or something. No, they talking about the pentagram. They talking about standing in the middle of that pentagram, my nigga. Like ASAP Rocky. It took me a while to figure that out too. I thought they was for real going. I kind of thought they was for real standing in the middle of a damn, you know what I'm saying, crossroads or some shit for a second. But then I started seeing like how they, like when they would say that, they would put the picture of like ASAP Rocky sitting with the coke. He had like supposedly it was cocaine in like the pentagram shape, and he was in the middle of it in that one video. I forgot what it was called, but in that one music video, I know y'all probably know what I'm talking about. That's what they mean, the crossroads. They don't literally mean going standing in the middle of some crossroads. They mean standing in the middle of that pentagram, because y'all see how it look like roads crossing in a way. So yeah, that's what they mean.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, that's just the...
If you ever heard an artist say they went and so they went to the crossroads to become a better musician.
I suppose. But let's look at another clip from They Sold Their Souls for Rock and Roll, just for posterity, just for good measure. And I found one here which is talking about Jimi Hendrix and just the things he's actually said himself, you know. I'll play a quick clip from this just for you guys, so we'll share the screen.
Big opportunities await you in the world of big data with UCF's convenient evening and weekend classes.
Alan Douglas, the executive.
And then guess what? Shout out to Divine Side 8. I can do a video. Why you think Future called itself Future Hendrix? After Jimi Hendrix. And I mean, I speculated that, but I think he might have said that in cause I watched all from YSL. That was, I didn't listen. I listened to other rappers, but as I started getting more older, I just start like, before I even stop listening to rap, like a couple years back, I would listen to nothing but Young Thug, or anybody in that circle, Gunna and them, Lil Key, Lil Gotti, RP Lil Key, bro. Yak Gotti, Future. I would listen to nothing but him and Future in their circles. FBG, what is that nigga name? FBG, fuck, I forgot his name, but that's that nigga Left Hand Man, and he kind of looked like him, just a fatter version. Y'all know who I'm probably, FBG Goat, motherfucking, yeah, bro. If that and a lot of people don't know, cause I was the first one on him too. But a lot of people don't. Well, in Fort Smith, I was, but a lot of people don't know that. Well, now they probably do, but back then they didn't know that. I was gonna say something. What is that nigga name? He rap. I was number seven without a bow and number slide a bow. That was he rap like he talking, but you know what I'm saying. What is that nigga name? Dang, what is that nigga name? He always talking about, he started Walk 'em Down. That's where I got Walk 'em Down from. And a lot of people don't even probably know that. But he talking about Walk Down Gang, Walk 'em Down Gang. Damn, what is his name? Walk Down Gang. What is that? UFO. He got a song called UFO Area 51. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Damn, what is his name, bro? Well, yeah. He came from Future. That's where I first figured him out from, is Future. And now, years later, everybody started playing him. I started hearing him everywhere. But I was the first one on him. I forgot his name, though. I'm telling you, I was a big-ass music head. So when it comes to this music industry shit and conspiracy theories about that, oh, I'm on top of that shit. I know everything. I know a little bit about everything else because I've been studying it, right? But when it comes to the music industry, oh man, boy, I could tell you everything about that because nigga, I was finna get into it. I was finna lose my soul at one point, my nigga. I was finna be doing it. Well, actually, I don't think I would have because if they gotta come to you, they don't just like you go like if you don't have the spirit of discernment, you ain't gonna know when they coming at you like that. But I probably would have maybe knew, and then I you know what I'm saying. But who knows? Because the time didn't come, and I'm glad it didn't. But who knows what would happen? I probably would have been somewhere motherfucking on TV doing some bullshit, doing some immoral shit. Who knows? Just for the money, because now they got me. Because they got me. They got me at some Diddy party doing some shit, and then they gonna blackmail me with the video or some shit. Who knows, my nigga? But he gonna explain all that. Why you think they don't stop touring when they get old as hell? Why you think a lot of them don't stop touring and doing shows and shit like that, my nigga? You most likely got enough money, don't you? Oh, no, they don't. Because number one, that money wasn't theirs. They got to pay it all back anyways. If you don't own your masters, you're not for real getting money in the music industry. Because all that money you got is going to somebody else. Somebody else owns you and your thoughts, my nigga. They own you and your thoughts because you can't even, they pretty much tell you what to say. They own you, and you can't. If you say, well, he gonna explain.
Of Hendrix's musical estate admitted his spirit possession.
Now, one of the biggest things about Jimmy was what he believed, and he believed that he was possessed by some spirit, and I got to believe it myself, and that's what we had to deal with all the time. And he was very humble about discussing it with people because he didn't want people to feel like he was being pretentious and so on. But he really believed it, right? And he was wrestling with it constantly.
Jimi Hendrix's live-in girlfriend, Fane Pridgeon, also spoke of Hendrix's admission to being demon-possessed and related his demon possession to the reception of his music.
He used to always talk about some devil or something was in him, you know, and he didn't have any control over it. He didn't know what made him act the way he acted and what made him say the things he said and songs and different things like that just come out of him, you know. But at first I used to think it was a cop-out when he had really done me in, right? And he'd say, I don't know what come over me, you know. I really can't understand it. And, you know, he used to just, you know, grab his hair or something, or pull his hair and just, or stand in the mirror or cry or something. Oh, Lord, it was so sad when he would cry. Maybe he was the first man, or maybe the only man that I've ever seen cry, you know, but it just killed me when he cried because he felt like, it seems like to me he was so tormented and just torn apart and like he really was obsessed, you know, with something really evil, you know. And he said, you know, like you're from Georgia, you know, he said, I should know how, you know, people drive demons. He actually thought about, you know, if we ever go, because I used to talk about my grandmother and all her weird stuff, you know, and he used to talk about us going down there and having some root lady or somebody see if she could drive this demon out of him.
So there you go. Like, some of his closest friends are saying, yeah, he tells us all the time he's possessed by demons. Like, it's just a Tuesday for old Jimmy, you know. It's just pretty normal stuff. And all of his friends around him are like laughing. It's like, oh, Jimmy, you crazy so and so. You want to get, we're gonna get some demons out of you. I'll just take you to see my grandma. Oh, you're so funny. You're so silly, you know. And she's like, yeah, I used to see him cry. And he's like, oh, I'll just be so sad watching this guy cry. So there's something about demons. I don't really know. Like, the guy was screaming for help. You know, he was desperate to get out of this hell he created for himself, and he just didn't know how. No one would listen. Everyone around him just thought he was crazy or making it up.
Britney Spears. You see how she done turned out. Who's that other one? Oh shit, Miley Cyrus. But who's that other one? Damn. Well shit, nigga. All of them. Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande, shit. What the fuck is her name, bro? I cannot think of her name right now. But shit, all of them. Then came out one way. They was all innocent looking and like You know what I'm saying? They was just all innocent and pure looking. Then years down the line, you can see how they eventually turned into something else. They turned into something dark and demonic shit. Doja Cat, she came out talking about some moo and shit, acting like a damn cow looking shit. Well, I ain't gonna even say looking innocent, because at that time, that's when she was starting to come back around. For go search Doja Cat, come up and go do some research on her. But that was her way. That was her humiliation ritual. And then after that, guess what? She done blew up. But a lot of people didn't know about Doja Cat before that. I sure didn't. My brother put me on, and my sister, my brother put me on with that song or that music video. Like, this bitch dressed like a cat, woo, 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 you know what I'm saying? And yeah, how they all come out looking pure and innocent, and then eventually turn to something dark, deep, and dark and demonic and shit. How the fuck? That ain't just no image. Why would you even want to push that image? Who wants to push that image? Then they all talk about what they believe in God, or they talk about thanking God when they receive awards and shit. Which God is you talking about? Because the one that the most likely me and other people that's real people that's not selling, they didn't sold out immorally, is talking about the real God creator. Not the one up above, not the one down below. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about as above, so below. There's a God up above. They got one down below too, my nigga. That's the one they worshiping. But hey.
And if only he was around today during this time of a revival of the truth and conspiracy culture, we would have listened. We would have said, Jimmy, man, like.
It is unfortunately, one of my greatest regrets.
If you don't know as above, so below.
About that time in my life that I didn't.
That's what the occults, that's an occult thing, a Mason thing.
Come to us, we'll deliver you. We'll do what we can. We'll pray over you. We'll cast these demons out, you know. But in this time, in like 1974, this kind of stuff was just kind of like unheard of, unknown, not really thought about, not really in the consciousness of people's minds as much as it would be today. I don't think people really thought about it then. They were just living in the post-war nihilistic, live for your moment, live for yourself kind of ideology, you know, because after the horrors of that time and the absolute just, you know, Christianity wasn't really something that was popular after the war. The optimism of Christianity disappeared. You know, it really did. Like, and it was, everyone thought after the horrors of what we just witnessed in these two world wars, where millions of people are dead, and it was Christian nations against Christian nations. And trust me, there's a lot to be said about how that all really went down and what was really going on there and who's really responsible. Trust me, I know all of that. But in the consciousness of the public who were under all of that nonsense, you know, and that the realities of the death toll, I think people were disillusioned with God and Christianity and kind of fell into decadence and hedonism and nihilism. And the 70s was that full swing version of it. The 60s and 70s was the amalgamation of it. And I think demonic possession was everywhere and rife, especially in these musicians who were out there influencing people who were just living for themselves on the day-to-day, hour-to-hour moment basis. And I think if someone did say, I think I got demons in me, they would have gone, man, you're just tripping. What you been smoking? You know, you've been taking too many tablets of acid. It kind of was just a bit of a, no one thought. No one really cared. It was just nothing, you know, it was just normal and silly, and he must just be having a good joke. No one believes that kind of stuff anymore, you know. And then I think throughout the 80s and the 90s and to today, I think we've been seeing this slow emergence of new generations coming back to basics and back to Christ and back to the truth in God, and realizing we can't fill that hole in us, that God-shaped hole, with anything else. And we need to confront our own evil and not blame God for all the bad things people have been doing, you know, and I think that's kind of where we're at now, in a way. Sets the guitar aflame. What a showman, says Granola Grin. Well, yeah, you know, what a waste of a guitar as well. Whatever. Let's keep going. There's more in this. I think he talks about the guy from The Doors as well, who was just twitching like like he was demon possessed all the time. Like literally just twitching like those who doing like Kundalini energy rituals or serpent possession rituals and stuff. Is it?
Now, I'm glad this download just came to my head right here. This download just came to my head. there's this. I heard about it back then. I just forgot about it, and it came back up again. Sensory energetics, right? That's some fake ass shit. But the way unless they do something before they put the camera on, how the hell this nigga just gonna rub on somebody and then they get to twerking and glitching like that? Nigga, what? Bro, that sensory energetics shit is a scam. My nigga, that shit looks fake as fuck. They all look like they all doing some fake ass twitching shit. Like, what the fuck? Go search sensory energetics. And then the nigga, you can see the nigga looking at the bitch booty every time he doing the shit. When he, the white nigga, you can see the dude that's doing the meditate, he the God meditation person, the head, whatever. I don't even know what to call it, the instructor, I guess. My nigga, you can see him looking down at the bitch booty while she twerking and jerking her up on some damn dog position pose up on the table and shit. My nigga, that nigga is doing that for some other reasons, my nigga. That shit is fake, or they in that bitch putting spells and casting spells on people, putting demonic energy on people the way they be twerking and just, bro, so go search sensory energetics, my nigga. That shit is a scam. It popped back up on my YouTube yesterday, my nigga. Or not back up on my YouTube, but it popped up yesterday while I was researching some shit. And next thing you know, nigga, now I'm watching this and I just got a download from that. It connected that piece together. That shit either a scam or they put some demonic ritual on them people or some shit. Or they got them acting up in that motherfucker. I don't know, but something is off about that shit. It's giving me weird vibes about that sensory energetic shit.
Is this the scene?
And they all kind of look like they could be paid actors too, but we ain't gonna speak on that.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Share the screen with you guys again.
Bodies to the demonic beings. Jim Morrison exhibited very similar behavior throughout his performances.
Am I the only one who thinks that music is just hot garbage and absolute cringe? Like, what the hell was that? Does anyone know what he just said? I don't. That looked awful. That looked terrible. Like, people in the 70s had shit idols. They were really bad, weren't they? They were just crap. Like, what was that? What the hell?
All I heard was, that's all I heard, money.
Oh, was that? I don't know. But yeah, clearly it was some demon possessed nonsense is what I'm seeing there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't care about famous bands or people. I've just never followed or cared about anything like that. I just don't get the appeal why people worship people like this. It's beyond me on many levels. It truly is. Anyway, if you haven't seen They Sold Their Soul for Rock and Roll, honestly, that guy goes through like hundreds of artists throughout the decades and how they're all just basically saying, yeah, we're possessed by demons. Every single one of them. They're all just possessed.
And it's gonna be a long video, but hey, I would split it up into two, but I'm probably gonna react to some other videos, so yeah, I ain't gonna split it into two.
By demons. Hands down, 100%.
I'm gonna keep it one long video.
The demon possessed, bro. It's simple. I mean, there's loads of compilations online. You can find this. Celebrities admitting deal with devil. Okay, I'll just type this into Google because I know videos are going to come up. Artists admit they sold their soul to the devil in HD. Shall we just watch some of these and let's just see what comes up? Like, again, I'm just picking a random one here. It's easily done. Look, artists admit they sold their souls 7 years ago.
I had to ask some friends because I was hearing a lot about her, and so they told me, who she was and what she was doing. And I come from the school of thought. There's just some things that the public just shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like things that happen between two people.
And I have seen this video before too. I've seen almost damn near. I'm telling you, I done my due diligence. I done my research, bro. I done seen this, and I done seen a whole lot of these type of videos. Artists talking about they sold out, or admitted other people that done it.
wife and a husband, girl, I just don't think that it's for mass consumption. I just have always felt that way. And I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, you know, kind of bastardized. Like, whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success, and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there. Like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like you're gonna end up on a one-way street, and it's going nowhere. Like that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not.
Imagine bringing your side project to life just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. This it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
The very first album I ever bought was the Incubus album that had Pardon Me on it, because I wasn't really allowed to listen to a whole lot of music. Growing up, I grew up in a really strict household. Both my parents are traveling ministers, so MTV and everything else was really fused. All y'all were on block. I never saw any music videos or anything, unfortunately. But I remember bringing it home. It was kind of like an almost famous moment. I had to smuggle it in my knapsack, going directly into my room, and then pulling it out. And as I was pulling out the CD, well, needless to say, sold my soul.
You're doing really well now, but didn't you release a CD almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about.
And you know how there's been so many artists that come out talking about they Christian artists, but they end up turning industry. There's so many of them. Wasn't Beyonce one? Shit, Katy Perry, not Katy, I think Katy Perry. Yeah, I think that is Katy Perry right there. Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, who else? I could probably keep on going. I just can't think of the names right now, but who else? Tina, Mary, whatever their name is. And they were still doing it, but who knows what God they was talking about at one point. Who knows what God they started to talk about. It could be the one up above, or it could have been the one below. We don't know. We don't know. But shit, who else? Yeah, it's been so many artists that come out talking about that Christian artists, but then next thing you know, they end up turning into something else. Some of them stay Christian artists, but then they end up selling out in the Christian artist category. What you think Kirk Franklin did? What you think who else? It's another one, but Kirk Franklin, shit, look at that nigga. And he was the biggest gospel artist. Everybody know him. So, come on, man.
What was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music.
T.D. Jakes, you still got to go through the government to get a church, right? So they could always come and take your light or take your church away anytime they want to. They could come in on that Sunday while everybody up in that motherfucker and close that bitch down if they wanted to. So, my nigga, they even got the pastors pushing agendas. Why you think some pastors don't speak on everything in the Bible? They only speak on certain topics. They ain't gonna touch on gays. They ain't gonna touch on some other shit, but they'll touch on trying to make you feel good. They gonna give you feel good Christian. That's what they're going to give you feel good gospel, not what you need to hear gospel. Leave you feeling good, but then go back out and do the same shit. At this point, I don't think, unless there's a good church that's really still, what's his name? Well, he dead now, but RP Stephen Darby Ministries. But church like him, Geno Jennings, which I think he might be pushed, but Geno Jennings, I mean, if they not preaching about what is for real, and they just telling you shit like them big ass mega churches, they not preaching for real. They just giving concert preaching. That's what I'm gonna call it, concert preaching. Cause they not preaching for real. They just trying to make you feel good. It's not real preaching.
I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
And I remember one day coming from the studio at 6 o'clock in the morning and pulling over on the highway. We like 4 cars, you know, just to watch the sunrise. And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country. You know, because I'd never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country. You know, and it's not so much who, it's
Listen, I gotta pause this right here real quick because I just thought of something. Well, not thought of something, but it just came into my mind that. Well, hold on. We gonna get into that in the next video. We gonna
you know, what happens.
We're gonna keep it on the script with this one. We're gonna keep it on topic.
Things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil. Joe Arpaio? You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't.
You know, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with you know, with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Yeah, so there you go.
Come on, man.
These are classic.
My name is Wesley Riley, and I'm a part of the Operation
Interviews. They're all over the place, and then the compilations galore have been made of just these artists basically going like, yeah, I made a deal with the devil. That's how I got here. And it's kind of, no one believes them. It's kind of like, I can keep telling you, and you'll all just say I'm being sarcastic, or I'm making a joke or something, or it's rhetoric, you know, and it's metaphor. But no, I really did. Like, I signed a contract in blood, and it's kind of like, oh, you're crazy, you know. Crazy artists out there just doing crazy things as usual, saying the craziest stuff, you know. But no, these guys are deadly serious. Like, they really are giving themselves over to a system in a way, and saying, make me famous and use me for whatever you want. And these are the people who end up singing the songs that are written for them. And the songs written for them have agendas interlaced within them. The music videos created for these songs are packed with symbolisms and imagery and ideas that degrade and make people weaker and lesser, and idolize and fantasize and focus on things that make them less and weaker and more degraded. And they will play the role, sing the song that they were given to sing, and stand where they need to stand on the X, wearing whatever costume is given to them, because they get given money and fame and adulation as a reward. But that's the contract, that's the deal. And while they're at it, and while they're doing these things and indulging in the excesses of their rewards, they usually end up doing disgusting, perverted, weird stuff.
And now that makes sense to me, because I didn't watch the whole lot of artists, not music video, interviews, right? And they all say, I got music that people ain't gonna never hear. I got unreleased music that ain't gonna never be dropped. Future, I even at one point used to go search unreleased music on YouTube just to listen. It's find unreleased shit and because I'm the type of person, I want to be different. I don't want to listen to what everybody else is listening to. I don't want to do everything that everybody else is doing. I don't want to wear what everybody else is wearing. You feel me? I'm gonna switch it up. You feel me? Everybody going to get when white Air Forces was then, when everybody go get them, at one point I didn't even like Air Forces, but then I started wearing them, nigga, and I'm switching them up. I'm gonna have some color to my shit. I'm gonna do something different. I'm not gonna just have straight black or white, my nigga. I'm gonna do something different, my nigga. I want something to stand out. You feel me? But Damn, I forgot where I was going. Hold on, let me go back.
While they're at it, and while they're doing these things and indulging in the excesses of their rewards, they usually end up doing disgusting, perverted, weird stuff, thinking they're safe. That gets recorded, put on.
Well, I don't know where I was going with that, but I can't be the same. I gotta switch my shit up and do shit different. I forgot where I was going with that point, my nigga. But
And then as soon as they step out of line and say, I don't think I want to do this anymore, and their conscience kicks in, the people who control them say, no, you signed a contract, and if you break that contract or you say anything about what's really going on here, or you want to leave, then I release that video of you doing that horrible thing to that person I saw you do at that party. Yeah, we recorded it. Look, you want to see it? There it is right there. Do you want the people seeing this? Do you think the image we've made of you over the years, where people think you're this beautiful person with this beautiful personality, with this amazing talent, overnight destroyed if they see this? And we'll do it. So you better put on the costume and get on the X and sing the damn song.
Now, when I was watching that last night, who that sound like if you black? Who that sound like if you black? You know who that sound like? Ike and Tina. Sing the song the way I want you to sing, or whatever the fuck he said. How that nigga was always Ike and Tina. So now that got me thinking, that's why they probably created them characters. You feel me? Cause so they can show you what goes on in the music industry. That probably wasn't her real husband or boyfriend or some shit. And if it was, then he was part of the industry, and they show you what they do, what these so-called relationships is about in the music industry. Beyonce and Jay-Z. There's conspiracy theories that he keep her doped and drugged up, and it's not even a conspiracy theory. Nigga, you can go search the videos where she courtside of a basketball game and she looking delirious and shit, like she out of it. My nigga, like, and Jay-Z just looking like it's nothing. Like he don't even see what the fuck going on, like it's normal. He just looking around and shit, just, no, nothing's going on. Don't pay attention to her. She's just over here high as hell or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this shit it's not no game, bro. It's not no game.
That's where they are. They're trapped. They're stuck. They're in hell. Because they made that deal. And
then the ones that try to get out, they talk shit, and then they end up going back and going back to the industry and pushing that agenda again. Kanye West and them. It's because they got shit on them that they don't want to have released. They all, I feel like they all on the Epstein list for the most part. A good majority is on the Epstein list, which is why they're not trying to let them go. A lot of politicians, a lot of news anchors, a lot of people behind closed doors we don't even know about, but they secretly running the agenda in the world too. Cause why do so many artists be having people behind them that ain't even really like, it's people in suits and ties and shit, you ain't gonna never know their names. But they some powerful people. But you ain't gonna never know their names. And they be rolling with these artists and shit, and you don't even pay attention because you so hypnotized and attracted to that person, the artist. You don't look around and see who's behind them. There's been so many times in artists that have been caught in concerts or on stage at the old, like Lil Baby. He was around Young Thug before he even started rapping. I don't even think a lot of us knew that until we knew. You feel me? I didn't know for sure until I started searching up on this shit, searching where Lil Baby came from a long time ago. And then I was like, oh, sure, you're right, of course. He was part of they don't let nobody in if you're not part of that family life. You're not part of that, or if they're not gonna let you in. They're not gonna let you in.
Yeah.
Cause it's if you doing some shit that somebody else is. Who said Corey Holcomb? Shout out to Corey Holcomb. He said that too, but sometimes I be thinking he might be controlled out of it too, but he probably not though. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. But I forgot who said that. But if you Orlando Brown, or shout out, if you doing some shit, if you getting booty busted, shout out Black Balloons. He put it on his channel. Shout out Black Balloons. It's a new video. If you getting booty busted And the person that made just to make it into fame, just to make it as an artist, and then the person who worked for real hard and didn't sacrifice nothing, no loved one or nothing, or they booty or whatever, they manhood. Why would you want that person around? Like fraternities, you notice fraternity people only hang around other fraternity members. They're not gonna hang around other regular members or other people, regular people like that. A lot of them, because they got booty busted and they not comfortable. They not gonna hang around people that's not doing the same thing as them, because it's a chance you might out them and might expose what they got going on, my nigga.
Other rapper at the start.
That's why artists only date other artists for the most part. You're not gonna find an artist that's just gonna date a regular person, my nigga. And if they do, eventually that regular person gonna end up turning into what the industry is. If you notice. But 9 times out of 10, they not gonna date no regular person. They dating somebody in the industry, and then 9 times out of 10, or not 10 times out of 10, that was a set up relationship by the record company anyways, to give them a good image. You notice Cardi B out here talking about don't cook, don't clean, and promoting that whore agenda, you feel me? But yet she had a whole husband, which was Offset. Then Offset out here talking about fucking on other bitches and shit, doing other shit, but yet he had a whole wife. They all do that. Snoop Dogg, I forgot he had a wife, but he was out here trying to play a pimp role at one point while he had a wife. Well, like what? My nigga, this shit is all a scam, bro. It's all a game, bro. You gotta pay attention.
Showed these guys are literally demonic, morphing in front of him, like the demons within them come out type of situation. It's a horrible demonic industry. And you saw Bob Dylan still working into his like 80s, looking disheveled and wrinkled and tired. He's like, I'm just here keeping up my end of the bargain. You know, I made a deal years ago and I can't stop. You know, I just got to do this till I'm dead. You know, like that's basically what he's saying. And that's why you have these actors, like these musicians from like the 70s and the 80s, these rock musicians, like, you know, who were still playing well into the 90s and their 80s, and it's kind of like, just go and be with your grandkids, you know, retire. Haven't you earned enough?
This game, you're not ready.
Haven't you earned enough money? Like, can you not just stop touring and go and enjoy the fruits of your labor? It's like, no, we can't stop or they kill us. If we stop, they release the videos. If we stop, we're no longer an asset, we're a liability because we know too much. So if we're not working...
And also because that money that they get ain't theirs anyways. They get loaned out that money, then they gotta pay it back. And then once they pay it back, then they re-sign the deal again, or they go to somebody else, or you know, that's when they start switching record labels because they didn't like the way they did business. They go to another one, and or you know what I'm saying? Like he literally just broke that shit down plain and like to the T, plain and simple to the T. He just broke that shit down. It's because they can't stop, because they gon' release that footage, or they blackmailing them, and because it's not really their money. If they do have some money saved up on the side and they was smart and wasn't spending it on clothes and doing all that shit, buying all their homies' clothes and jewelries like they some faggots and shit, I don't even know. But my nigga, they always like, why do they always keep on buying their homies' clothes and shoes and shit like that? Of course, that's cool to do. Maybe, yeah, sure. Do a nice gesture. But my nigga, all the time, every day, like she like that nigga, like that's your bitch or something, bro. My nigga, put that nigga on. Put that nigga on and let him start making his own money, my nigga. What you doing, holding that nigga back or something? Like, put that nigga on and let him start making his own money. Ain't no way I'm gonna be buying my nigga slop. Shout out to my nigga, I love you, but I'm not finna be buying your ass clothes all day, every day, motherfucking every time we go out of town, my nigga. I'm gonna put your ass on and give you a way to make money, though, for sure. I might give you a stack, be like, here you go, this is a startup, you feel me? You ain't gotta pay shit back, my nigga. This is for you, do what you do, my nigga. I just hope, you know what I'm saying? Hey, do something with it, you feel me? I'm gonna put you on, I'm gonna give you business. I ain't gonna just keep on giving you water to drink like you a baby, my nigga. I'ma show you a way to feed yourself, and then I hope you take it and run with it. You feel me? I'm gonna do that with everybody around me. I'm not gonna just feed you the spoon, my nigga. Here comes the plane, here comes the stack of money, your clothes, and give it to you. No, bro. I'm gonna put your ass, I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna show you something, and you feel me? Yeah.
Them we're against them. Like, we've seen too many things. We know how things really work. And if we aren't showing allegiance by doing the shows and singing the songs and putting on the performances anymore, then they're just going to look at us as our time is up. They know too much. We've got to get rid of them before they get a conscience in their old age and start writing their memoirs. Like, they kill them, they just kill them off. And they look like natural causes, of course, the heart attack or whatever, or old age. Like, so, they were old, of course the heart was going to stop eventually. Something like that will happen to them. And they live in fear, so they carry on endlessly in a loop, trapped forever in a hell they created for themselves because they made some bad decisions when they were young, basically. And look, what profit a man who gained the whole world but loses his soul is true. It's like, yeah, I implore anybody who's stuck in that world, I know you fear for your life, but God's got your back if you give yourself over to him. And these people they may take your life, they may torture you and punish you and do all sorts of horrible things to you. I'm not going to say that's not the case, but your eternity is at stake here, and it's not too late. And a lot of what these people who have power over these musicians say, a lot of it is just words. It's fear that keeps you in line. And it's kind of, look, yeah, let them release the tape and own up to it and say, I did do that. That is who I was and what I did. That's the type of life that industry leads you to be and live and do. And I'm here to tell you now, don't do it. Don't give in. Don't sign the contract. Don't play their games. Be honest, tell the truth. I think you'll be surprised that the public will not just hate you and tarnish you and say how disgusting that you did that thing. I can't believe you did that. As long as you're open and honest about the situation and where you are now, and you're repentant and want to change and honestly want to help people not go down the same route you went down, people will highly respect the bravery and honesty to do such a thing. Because who the hell hasn't sinned in this world and done something horrible and terrible? Who hasn't? A lot of people might like to hide and pretend they haven't. And will judge others, like judge them for the speck in their eyes before pulling out the log in their own type of situation. But that's just the world we live in. And I think you'll find if these celebrities did come forward, regardless of the shit they've got on them, I think that'll stand higher in terms of regards from the general public than anything else, than continuing peddling garbage that's killing us, basically, That's my 2 cents on the music industry. The deal is real and it's a shit deal. It's a crap deal. Don't take it. It's not worth it. You can do your own thing. You can build your own communities. You don't need their labels. You don't need their...
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna talk about. I was gonna give some solutions. I ain't gonna say. But listen, in the community, for Black people, I'm fucking. Since he said it's on topic now. We got to start learning the engineering. My brothers in jail, my people in jail, bro. Y'all is literally engineers in that motherfucker. Y'all making ways to charge shit out of lights, my nigga, out of the lights. Y'all making y'all doing shit that in people can't even. A lot of people I can't even do. A lot of people on the outside can't even do. Or he ain't even think to do. My nigga, who gonna think to charge something with the damn lights, my nigga? Like, y'all is engineer. Y'all got all the time in the world to think about. Like, if we apply that on the outside, instead of trying to be always in the crowd with the group, sometimes it's good to sit back and just watch, observe. I've always been that type of person. Just sit back, watch, observe. I don't want to be the person in the room, the most whatever, you feel me? I might be the most flies, but I'm not gonna be the most loudest. Because I'm listening, I'm watching, you feel me? I'm watching my surround, listening, you feel me? I'm soaking in the presence. So my spirit can let me know, like, okay, is this a good place to be? Is this a bad place to be? Should I leave? Should I go? Should I stay? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm soaking in the presence. I'm letting because if you don't know, we got 15 senses. It's not just seeing, touch, smell, eyes, hear, whatever. We got 15 senses. It's feelings too. It's part of that. Sad, happy, mad, scared. That's senses too. And then you got visual or something like that. I forgot exactly, but so go search it. It's 15 senses, my nigga. And you gotta let all that work. By the time you use your eyes and see what's going on, you're gonna be dead. By the time you see the shooter come in shooting up the people, you gonna most likely be shot up, my nigga. You gotta feel the presence first. You gotta feel like, oh shit. You gotta just sit back, observe, let soak in the energy and the presence. You might feel something. You might get that gut feeling like, damn, what's going on? Like you get a bad feeling like, damn. But that's that feeling like, nigga, get the fuck up out of there. There's something finna happen. There's some shit somewhere is happening that's bad that you need you need to go. You feel me? Don't stay. That when you get that feeling, when you get that gut feeling, when you born, what do? You come out, you curl out, you start looking, you come out from the stomach. You come out from the stomach. The stomach is the first place that has the feeling. That gut feeling, that's a sense, my nigga. That's a superpower, bro. You form from you curl out from the stomach and then start looking like a damn seahorse looking thing, my nigga. Yes, your stomach, go do some research on that too. The Mongolian spot, that's how you know we used to be with carbon beams. We used to be green or blue or what or something like that. That's why and it's most prevalent in black communities. People with melanin. First is African American, black people, Indians, first is us, and then it's Asians, and then it's Mexicans or something like that. Go search it, bro. That's Mongolian spot. It's a blue or green patch on the back of the baby's butt when they first born. That's why we have that, because we used to be green or blue. We like plants. We used to photosynthesize, chlorophyll. We got all that. We used to be. Man, listen, bro. Bro. When you start adding this shit up together, bro, I just learned about the Mongolian spy yesterday. I mean, I knew about it, but I forgot about it. The Mongolian spy. I searched that. I seen that yesterday too. Everything happened for a reason. It was so I could put in this video and tell y'all about it. Everything happened for a reason.
Structure to get famous and get out there, and the fame they're offering is manufactured. You will not get to be your true authentic self. You will not get to make the music you want to make. And if you go out there and make who you are and what you want to be and never play their game or get involved in their systems or take their deals to get to levels that of astronomical fame, but at the same time, like, you don't even get to be the musician you wanted to be, like, is it even worth it? Go play the small gigs, build communities, build your own communities, start your own labels, start your own YouTube channels, spread, network, and get it out there. Put in the work, put in the effort. And if you have talent and skill that people want to listen to, they'll listen to it. You don't need their industries. You don't need them. Build your own. Like, come talk with me instead. Find the platforms, find the people who care. Like, we're out there, we're here. You know, we don't need them. We don't need their systems. That's kind of my, again, optimistic.
Literally. I'm glad I found that video too from TikTok. Third world countries is literally just a country of people. Haiti, all the places that look poor, but they really happy in the spirit. They still got their spirit because they don't have to go do shit every day they don't want to do. Work long hours and shit, pay all these stupid ass, dumb ass taxes and shit, nigga. Europe, nigga, bro. When I found out that a couple months or so ago, when I found out that UK gotta pay TV tax, nigga, they got a tax on watching TV, nigga. If you don't pay no tax on watching TV, nigga, I think they could lock your ass up or they're coming to take your TV. Cause like, what the fuck is this world we live in? They brought the motherfucking digital ID there. What you think gonna happen in America is coming here next. Supposedly Donald Trump already in talking. That was the next video I was gonna react to. I might just do this one, just drop this one video so it could go. They could push this one out to the algorithm. Not all the rest of them, because I usually do 2 to 3 videos a day. But I'm gonna do one today so they can push this one out to the algorithm more. Cause my nigga, this shit is real. But like I was saying, we gotta engineers, black people, we gotta start getting in this more science. And I'm not talking about that bullshit science that they be doing. I'm talking about real science, like that could like science, like mixing shit and shit that we need to actually use, not that guessing theory shit on like the universe and all that other one. I'm talking about real science, like shit that can be applied that we need for the real world, because something is gonna happen. We need to get our Black Wall Street back. We got to get back to it. Something big for to happen. like I said, third world countries, Haiti and all that, is a people that fought for their rights. They didn't want the government to run them. This is why, because we have what we have in America, nothing but corporate greed. The only way you can get up to the top is if you step on people and put other people there. And for the most part, it's all a game. It's America isn't built on nothing but lies, corporate greed, and sin, and organizations. That's all America is built on, bro. If you go anywhere else out of America, they look more, besides UK too, but like places that don't have real government, like Haiti and all that shit, they might look like places in Mexico and shit, they way more happier than they can spend time all day with their kids if they want to, for the most part. Like they don't have our life. When you leave, I can't wait till I can go see their life. Cause what we got, I can't wait till I go see other places. Cause I want to see the difference. I've been hearing about it and searching on it. When people come into America or people leaving to go to other countries, and they talk about how different and how happier everybody look over there, and how depressed and sad we look over here, and how everybody is like mad and snappy and shit, just got these demons inside of them, bro. These spirits, like, it's crazy.
Ending take on that particular diatribe.
I search everything. I can't wait till I build my first house. I'm learning everything. I'm learning science. I know a little bit about science. I know a little bit about engineering. I know a little bit about computers. I know a little bit about everything, because you never know when you're gonna need it. Outdoors, wood, shit. I ain't never going. I mean, shit. I will. I kind of do want to go camping. At one point, I didn't want to, because I was like, nigga, why would I want to be out in the wilderness? And I'm in the comfort of my own home and everything. But when you get to searching on why the fuck we living in a house anyways, of course we living in a house, my nigga, a square box and shit. Of course we're not back in that. Like, listen, when you get to searching on all this shit play a part. Even sleeping in a bed, my nigga. That why you think people sleep on floor? Other countries, they sleep on the ground, because literally grounding. It's like when you take off your shoes and you ground. I know y'all starting to hear about that more. That's literally what they doing, but with their whole body, my nigga. Pillows, Yaki Awaken, shout out to him. I've just seen something where he talking about pillows and how they before they even leave the place where they made them, it's all type of mold and shit up on pillows. My nigga, it's like 17 type of different mold strands on pillows before they even leave the factories. Go search that up. Yaki Awaken. Shout out to him. I'm telling you, all this shit is, bro. The government, they already fighting back in the UK with the I might react to the video tomorrow, but they already fighting back in the UK, the government, for bringing that ID shit over there, that digital ID shit. Digital ID, next is gonna be the RFID chip. You feel me? Yeah. And if it wrong, then you know it's true. That's what me and my nigga Slime, hey, back in the day, that's what we always used to say. If it rhyme, it's true. You feel me? Why you think preachers and shit be rhyming? Why you think music is the way it is? Because rhymes is like kind of like a spell. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But if it rhyme, it's true.
I'm Brett. And I'm Jonathan.
This is Darla.
In a world where 54% of Americans read below a 6th grade level.
Could you read this? It's impossible. I just see his words everywhere.
One man wrote a book about the hidden truth behind clowns.
I finally finished it. Everything's gonna be okay now.
And if you don't know, Nephilims look like clowns, supposedly. That's what he talked about. The Nephilim look like clowns. That's why we got the clown imagery today. And why clowns look so scary, or can be so scary looking to people. Because it's in that DNA that most likely their bloodline, clowns used to probably terrorize them. Their bloodline or lineage or something, and they got that encoded in their DNA or their blood, because blood holds DNA too. So
Below to the
holds holds keys and secrets too.
But he was about to find out
Your primary market is the USA, and it ranks 36th in global literacy rates, with over 43 million adults unable to read or write.
getting the truth to people is no day at the circus.
You know, sometimes I wonder if I'm the real clown.
Nobody reads anymore.
Have you considered recording an audio?
Okay, well that's the end of this. But I might do a video on Candid Truth too, because he talked about, y'all probably don't even know the meaning of that red. I forgot about that, because I did research on that too, but y'all probably don't even know the meaning of the red carpet. I'm glad, because everything come back up for a reason. All this shit, it came back, it comes, nothing happens, everything happens for a reason, you feel me? So, I forgot about it, but now he refreshed my memory and brought it back to me, because I'll be doing so much research on other shit that I kind of lose other shit as I go, you feel me? And it just kind of get pushed to the back of my head because I'm trying to figure out something else, you feel me? Something else becomes more important at the moment. But y'all probably don't even know the meaning of the red carpet, do y'all? Go search that up, a red bottom shoes, the Red Shoe Club. Go search all that up. Go search that. I'm telling you, that's the end of this video, but man, I'm telling you, this music, not even the music, the world itself is deep. And sometimes it's too deep for some people to fathom. Now, I think everybody can fathom it. It's just you got to be ready to take the shit in. Because if you're not ready to take it in, of course you're gonna go crazy because you're not ready. But when you ready, you ready. And don't fight it though. Don't fight the truth, because then you never gonna be ready. That's like trying to learn how to swim, but you scared of the water and you don't want to go in there. How you gonna learn how to swim then? At one point you can't be scared to jump in that deep end. Especially if you was talking about you was in the streets or you was in the streets. My nigga, you already been in the deep end. You already didn't deal, you ready for this shit. That's why we in the streets. Who did Jesus go to? He went to the robbers and killers and thieves and shit like that to preach. He like literally go shout out 607 Unc. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, we warriors for the Lord. That's why we a lot of us is in it. We ready for this. We ready for this. We spiritually ready for this fight. Not physically, but spiritually. Because hey, I might do a video on, I got so many videos I could react to and put y'all on. I just got to pick I'm trying to pick the right ones that will mostly wake you up and resonate with you. That's the because I got so many videos I could react to. I could literally I could do non-stop of videos right now and probably would not run out to never, bro, it's crazy. I got all types of videos I can react to. And then on top of that, I could start doing live streams and then do the research myself. So I ain't gonna never run out of shit. As long as the world keep on doing what the world is doing today, I ain't gonna never not stop having shit to react on. Why you think all these other YouTubers be talking about, it's hard to do YouTube. It's hard to be a creator. No, it's hard to be a creator for you because you're trying to always do some fake shit. You already trying to be doing these pranks and do this shit that other YouTubers is doing. Nigga, no, do something else. Nigga, do something, quit trying to fit in with the crowd and shit. Do something different, nigga. Preach the truth. I'm preaching the truth. I ain't gonna never stop. I ain't gonna never have none of that. It ain't hard for me. I ain't even gotta do no editing, my nigga, because I keep this shit short. I'm keeping it real. You feel me? I'm not even finna edit this shit, nigga. I ain't gonna never run out of shit to say. I ain't gonna never run out of videos to do as long as the world keep on moving the way it's moving right now. As long as these politicians and actors and Hollywood people keep on doing the shit they doing. You see how they looking right now? Them motherfuckers looking like they finna die soon. Motherfuckers 20 something years old looking like they 40 something already, 50 something. Cause nobody is paying attention to them no more. People are starting to wake up. They ain't getting that soul. They ain't getting that energy from you. They not harvesting that energy no more. So they can't. Have you heard, man, vampires is real, bro. Vampires is real, bro. Energy harvesting. They can literally either take your blood, what you think that vampire dude is. Not the vampire dude, the Blood King, what is his name? That dude that be eating raw meat, buff as hell. That white dude, what you think vampire, that shit is real. They either, Adrenochrome, what you think Monsters Inc. is? That used to be my shit, Monsters Inc. But they gotta scare the kids to that meter get full. They collecting their adrenochrome. Oh, I ain't supposed to be saying that, but I don't give a fuck. Shadow ban me if you want. I don't give a fuck. But they collecting adrenochrome and shit. I'ma just make another one, bitch. I'ma make another channel. But they collecting adrenochrome and shit, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? That shit is real. They scare children. You gotta do, cause once you scare them, when they scare them so, or they do something so horrific, and then they kill, like they literally like they do something horrific, like, and then they rip the, it's crazy. It's like it breaks a hole in the matrix or something. It rips a hole in the fabric of the universe where they can bring in portals and spells and do spells and shit like that when they do that horrific. What you think trafficking is, my nigga? All these people going missing. What you think we eating, bro? It's not even that much. It's not that much cows and chickens in the world to feed everybody. The ones that is here, that's real, that you see when you driving on the road, or these farm cows, they going to the rich people that can pay for this shit. They not coming to. They don't give a fuck about the poor people. They don't give a fuck about the regular people like us, the poor people. They making sure they rich people stay on. They making sure the people with money. That's all. They don't care about the poor. They trying to split the middle class right now. It's either you're going to be rich or you're going to be poor. There's going to be no middle class. That's what they trying to get to. That nigga Carl Schwab, whatever his name is, you will be eating bugs. Ugly eye, nigga. I ain't going to be eating no damn bugs, bitch. The fuck, nigga? Hey, listen. That's it for this video. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm only doing this one video today because I want this shit to get pushed out to the algorithm. On me. I want this bitch to get pushed out to the algorithm. So this the only video I'm doing today. But I'll catch y'all on the next one, bro. I'm passionate about this shit. I can't even stop the video because I'm passionate about this shit, bro. For real. Like, I've been doing research and I've been needing to get this shit out to somebody because nobody want to hear this shit. Everybody I try to talk about besides my brother, I can talk about it with him, but nobody else I can't talk about this shit to my homeboy Slime. Shout out to him, but cause he's still in the world too much. He won't even listen. I be sending them videos sometimes. My nigga don't even probably watch them. But listen, so I'm talking to y'all, bro. I had to get it out, and I guess it's time, because I could have been making these videos. I've been had this laptop. I've been had an iPhone. I was making YouTube videos. I had 1K views. I was doing reactions back then to like years ago to iPhones and new technology and shit like that. To Marquise Brown, that one technology YouTuber and shit like that. I was just doing, but I deleted them. I forgot why. I think because they was getting copyrighted or some shit when they started bringing in these new YouTube laws and shit like that. Fuck guidelines, nigga. YouTube laws, nigga. Yeah. So I had to delete those. I wish I archived them because I would have tried to put them back up. But yeah, man. All right, I'm gone. I'll catch y'all on the next one.